identity dopamine. So you've probably heard of something called dopamine talk. This is pretty similar to that, but this is something that I've also fell into um early on when I started, drop shipping and grinding and locking in and all that. It's basically you fall into this thing where you get dopamine from working a lot and you actually do good work, right? So you're doing good work, like you're not just wasting your time. But the issue is that you're feeling better about working a lot instead of the results. And this is pretty dangerous because you're gonna start wanting to, it's kind of like just being performative about it. And I think this is one of the least talked about subjects when it comes to working on a business or working on anything. If you do content creation, it could be for that too. But for this, it's like, I feel like a lot of people do this without even realizing it, is that they do a lot of work, but then they only feel good about the work that they've done, but then they still don't get results, right? So it's kind of a complicated thing, but not really at the same time. So what this basically tells us is that our brain is going to think that flashy work equals money. So what I mean by this is, if I say, oh, I'm going to work 12 hours tomorrow, that automatically means that I'm going to make a bunch of money, a bunch of cash. No, that's just not how it works. And the main principle that you have to follow is quality over quantity. I mean, quality over quantity. So you could work for 2 hours, but it could be the best 2 hours. You've accomplished so much in those 2 hours versus if you have a full day where you worked for 10 hours and you just kind of, it's like slop, like you didn't really lock in as hard. You know what I mean? So I think one of the most important principles here is to not fall for this identity trap of um because this is gonna happen when you start changing your life. So starting a business, starting a side hustle, it's a change in your life, and once you have that change, that's gonna give you some dopamine at the beginning. That's gonna give you some happiness, some this new sense of who I am at the beginning. But then that's not exactly what you want because you're gonna focus more on how to be more performative versus how to actually get results and how to actually get where you wanna be, right? So I think number one thing here is to not fall for this trap and to simply just keep grinding and just looking at the results instead of looking at how much you work, or you've done this and that, but then at the end of the day, are you where you want to be? No. And that's what should keep you going, not the actual work that you put in.